So after playing Genshin Impact for almost 2 years, I've noticed that almost every character in this game is like friendly and happy to help and caring and all that. But I also noticed that there are some characters who are really ruthless and brutal. These characters can harm and sacrifice anyone for their needs. So who are these characters? Well, join us now as we are looking at the most ruthless characters in Genshin Impact. And yeah, now let's start. Well, the first guy in our list is ZHONGLI. Well, for the most part, ZHONGLI is regarded as a calm and peaceful god within Liyue. However, it is his tough love approach to parenting his loyal followers that makes him much more brutal than he first appears. For many years, the people of Liyue looked to Rex Lapis for advice and guidance, causing the great god to begin worrying that his devout followers were becoming too dependent on him. This led to ZHONGLI faking his own death, and in a shocking public display. And he did this in order to force the citizens of Liyue to move on from their old ways and become more self-sustaining. It was unthinkable that Rex Lapis would ever leave his people, but apparently ZHONGLI was ruthless enough to not only leave citizens in a panic, but also in a huge scarring spectacle for their own god. And one more thing, if you break contract with ZHONGLI, no matter who you are, he is coming after you.
You are saying you want to break the contract?
So what if I break it?
Because you agreed to a contract.
I am from Snezhnaya. I
Will suffer the wrath of the rock.
order guide you.
And that is one more point that why he is one of the most ruthless character. Next is the Traveler's twin, either Aether or Lumain. So it's no secret that the Abyss Order is ruthless and is more than willing to harm those that stand in the way of their goals. But it definitely came as a surprise to many players, and to me too, as when we find out that our beloved twin had been calling the shots and been the leader all along. So yeah, all the evil operations and all the things that Abyss did till now was led by our twin, and that's really horrifying if you ask me. The next character on our list is CHILDE. So first let me tell you, he released the Seal of Osiel, the Lord of Vortex, and intended to destroy Liyue with the power of the god Osiel. He didn't care about the consequences and kept doing it, and even after acting friendly and being friendly with our traveler, CHILDE even fights us and even goes as far as unleashing his dangerous foul legacy form on us, not even bothering with holding back or pulling any punches. So yeah, witnessing the real-time shift of CHILDE from innocent goofy act slowly fading into that of bloodthirsty enemy truly struck fear in many players and even in me. Like how easily he can turn himself from being good and innocent to being ruthless and bad. Next one will be a bit surprising cause it's the richest character in Genshin Impact. Yes, I'm talking about Ningguang. Well, first hear me out before you say anything. Ningguang is a businesswoman, and a strict one that is. Although she has a soft spot for all the citizens within Liyue and willing to sacrifice the Jade Chamber just to ensure their safety, but trust me, it's all business. Let me tell you, Ningguang wasn't simply born into money and handed her wealth. Rather, she worked hard for it. She has no problem with brutally hunting down anyone that has wronged her financially, and she will forcefully make them pay back the money they owned. So yeah, she can do a lot of things if you see this from business perspective. Next is Signora. Well, this must be an obvious one, as she's one of the most ruthless Fatui Harbinger. I mean, she was, after getting killed by another ruthless character. Well, we will come back to that later. So yeah, we have seen that she is quick to draw a weapon at the first sight of confrontation or disagreement. I mean, in this successful attempt to steal Venti's Gnosis, Signora ambushes him right in front of the traveler and his friends. This cutscene was so powerful that many players were left thinking that Venti has been killed right in front of their eyes. Fortunately, Venti was perfectly safe, and after that scarring incident, it didn't stop Signora leaving a terrifying impression on the traveler. But I liked her style though. And finally, the most ruthless character is Raiden Shogun. And there are many reasons as to why she is the most ruthless character. First of all, she is obeyed out of fear rather than respect. While he is much kinder and soft-spoken, the robot or the Shogun is much more cold, fearless and heartless. Aside from enforcing the horrific vision hunt decree and carelessly allowing hundreds of people across the land to suffer, there was another instance of Raiden Shogun's brutality. So after losing the battle against the traveler before the throne, Signora is formally sentenced to death. Many fans assumed that Signora's importance and status would surely save her from an untimely death, and she was going to be a playable character after all, right? But no. The cold-hearted Raiden Shogun didn't even hesitate for a second to kill Signora immediately after her defeat, and that one reason is enough to showcase how brutal and ruthless Raiden Shogun is. is. And there you have it, guys. What do you guys think? Who is the most ruthless and most brutal character in Genshin Impact you have seen till now? Well, comment down your answers below, and I will see you in the next one.